Turtle Knows Your Name by Ashley Bryan. Once there was a little boy who had a very long name. His name was Upsilamana Tumpalorado. It was easy to pronounce, Upsilamana Tumpalorado, but it was hard to remember. His grandmother raised him in his village by the sea. She taught him to walk, she taught him to talk, but teaching him to walk and talk wasn't the same as teaching him to say his name. That took time, and Granny took her time. She said his name to him slowly. Upsilamana Tumpalorado. Umpalatumpalo, said the grandson. Said Granny, shaking her head from side to side. She didn't give up, though. Turtle takes time. I take mine, and you take your time, too. He did. Then one day, he said it. Upsilamana Tumpalorado. Cried the grandmother. She was so happy, she hugged him once, she kissed him twice, she swung him around 3 times. When she shook his hand and took his hand, they ran down to the sandy beach. Here's where we dance your name dance, said Granny. Sing your name loud and clear. Sing it to me, sing it to the sea. Granny clapped and they danced. Her grandsong sang, Upsilamana Tumpalorado. That's my name, I took my time to learn it. Won't you do the same? Turtle, who lived nearby, heard the singing and swam close. The villagers always came to the shore to sing and dance their children's names. Turtle loved to gather names, and he never missed a name dance. Turtle was older than anyone could tell. He even remembered Granny's name dance, when Granny, as a little girl, danced with her Granny on the shore. Turtle raised his head above the water and listened. Upsilamana Tumpalorado, that's my name, sang the boy again and again. A long name, said Turtle, but a good song name to dance to. I think I've got it. Turtle flipped and dove to the bottom of the sea. In his coral home, Turtle smoothed his face and spelled the name with shells. He blinked and said, Upsilamana Tumpalorado. I know it well. Now that her grandson knew it well too, Granny let him go alone to play in the village. Each time he set to play, she'd say, Upsilamana Tumpalorado, teach your name to your playmates and do your best. Remember, your name is long, but it's not the longest. Upsilamana Tumpalorado always had a good time playing with the little village children. He learned their names quickly. Zamba, Mogans, Dandu, Brashi, and he remembered them. He taught him his name too, but no one ever remembered it. Hey, long name, they'd call. Your turn to hide the stick. My name is not long name, he'd say. My name is Upsilamana Tumpalorado. They'd say, but it's still your turn, long name. His name was the longest. What then did Granny mean when she'd say, your name is long, but it's not the longest? One morning, Upsilamana Tumpalorado said, Granny, I'm not going to be called long name today. I'm going to play with the animals. Don't be late for dinner, said Granny. I'm cooking fungi. Fungi, exclaimed the boy. Said Granny. If you're late, I might be tempted to eat it all myself. Said the boy. I won't be late. You'll see. Bye, Granny. Off he went, whistling twa-ta-tee, twa-ta-tee. He came to a field and saw a donkey rubbing its hide against a tree. The boy sang, Donkey he, donkey oh, my name is Upsilamana Tumpalorado. Shall I call it out once more? The donkey brayed, Ha-hee-haw, he rubbed his head as before. Well, twa-tee-twa, whistled the boy, and he ran across the field. He clambered on the rocks bordering the field. There he met a goat bounding from stone to stone. The boy sang, Goat ha, goat oh, my name is Upsilamana Tumpalorado. Say it loud, say it clear. The goat bleated, blah, blee, blah, and leaped as if it didn't care. Well, twa-tee-twee, said the boy. He jumped from the rocks onto the pasture near the seashore. There he saw a cow. The boy sang, Cow ho, my name is Upsilamana Tumpalorado. Say it and I'll dance for you. The cow lowed. Moo, 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 then mooed once more and stopped to chew. Well, twa-tee-twa, whistled the boy. He spun around swiftly and bumped into a pig. Oh, pardon, pig. My name is... And he stopped short. I won't tell you my name. You'll do the same as the others. He ran past Pig in the pasture, past pawpaw and palm trees till he came to the beach. He splashed in the sea, whistling, twa-tee-twa. Turtle heard the splashing. He swam up to the boy and said, Upsilimana Templerado, I'm so glad you came. Upsilimana Templerado, Turtle knows your name. The boy slapped the water for joy. Splish, splash, splash. Turtle, oh Turtle, how do you know that my name is Upsilimana Templerado? Turtle didn't stay to play or answer the question. He dove under the waves and disappeared. The boy called and called till his stomach ached, but Turtle did not return. I've yelled myself hoarse, hollow, and hungry, he said to himself. The fungi, oh, the fungi! He ran as fast as he could go. He ran past pawpaw and past palm trees, past pig in the pasture, past cow who grazed and mooed, past goat pounding high over the rocks, blah, blah, past donkey in the field, hee-haw, hee-haw. He ran into his house crying, Granny, Granny, please, I'm hungry, the fungi, the fungi. With her large wooden spoon, Granny was turning the cornmeal in the pot. She smiled at her grandson as she ladled some into a buttered bowl. She shook all of it until it was round as a grapefruit. She rolled it on to the grandson's plate of fish. Thank you, Granny. Fungi rolled into a bowl till it's round as ball, and as yellow as gold is the best of all. Sing it, said Granny. She hummed as she shook a bowl of fungi for herself. Fungi rolled in a bowl till it's round as a ball, and yellow as gold is the best of all. They finished eating the fungi and fish. Then Granny set a plate of bread pudding on a sweet potato pie on the table. He who asks don't get it. He who don't ask don't want, said Granny. Granny always said that before offering dessert. She'd laugh as she watched the puzzled look on her grandson's face. Then she'd offer him a way out. Tell me a proverb, she'd say, and I'll give you dessert. A proverb? No problem, Upsilimana Templerado would say. He had learned lots of proverbs. He'd answer her back with, A man can't grow taller than his head, or, You'll never catch a black cat at night. His favorite was, If a baboon wants to whistle, don't stop him. But this time Granny didn't ask for a proverb. Instead, she said, Tell me my name, Upsilimana Templerado. Oh, Granny, that's easier than a proverb. Your name is Granny. He laughed and passed his plate. Said Granny. There are grannies all over the village. Every granny has a name. Tell me mine, or no dessert. Granny took a bite of her bread pudding. Upsilimana Templerado looked at Granny. She licked her lips and rolled her eyes. He looked longingly at the dessert. I'll find out your real name, Granny. Then I'll have dessert, too. Upsilimana Templerado jumped from the table and ran off to the village. He stopped the villagers and asked, Do you know my granny's name? Will you tell it to me plain? I won't get bread pudding or sweet potato pie until I tell her real name to her. Saying Granny just won't do her. The villagers circled insane. Grass, plants, bees, bells, sky, birds, sea, shells. Guava, plantain, mango trees. Call them anything you please. They'll always be the same, 'cause Granny is your granny's name. The villagers danced as they sang the song over and over. Drummers picked up the beat. For a while, Upsilimana Templerado forgot his question and danced quick steps to match the best of the dancers. Then he remembered. This won't get me dessert, he sang to himself. He could hear the villagers still chanting, Granny's your granny's name, and he turned and hurried away to the animals. He ran to the donkey. Donkey wouldn't help him. Didn't want to. Goat and cow were just the same. Wouldn't help him with the name. Perhaps Turtle would help. Turtle knew his name. Turtle had said his name before. He kept on running till he reached the shore. He called till Turtle swam up from his coral home at the bottom of the sea. The boy sang, Turtle, tell me Granny's name. Will you tell it to me plain? I won't give bread pudding or sweet potato pie until I tell her real name to her. Saying Granny just won't do her. Turtle listened to the sweet sad song, then Turtle sang, Up silly mana templarado, Turtle knows your name. Gathering names is what I do. I know Granny's real name too. Oh, teach me, Turtle, teach me, cried the boy. First, promise not to tell who told you, said the turtle. The boy promised Turtle. So that's why Granny always says to me, your name is long, but it's not the longest. He thanked Turtle and ran home. Dessert, please, dessert, cried the boy. Well, Upsilimana Templarado, first tell me my real name. Your name is Mapacito Jacalindi Ipai Takiwandi. Why, Upsilimana Templarado? That's right, She served her grandson a large square of bread pudding. Tell me, Upsilimana Templarado, who told you my name? Oh, Mapacito Jacalindi Ipai Takarindi. I can't tell you. Why can't you tell me, Upsilimana Templarado? I promised not to. Well, then I'll find out myself. Granny put on her large straw hat and went to the village. She stopped at the marketplace and said to the villagers, My grandson came and asked my name. Did you tell it? Who can spell it? The villagers clapped and sang, Long Name came and asked your name, so we told him, and it's true, Granny is our name for you. That's not the name my grandson told me, said Granny, and off she went. Granny searched for an answer, took her across the field, over the rocks, through the pasture. She asked the same question of all the animals she met along the way. Donkey bawled, hee-haw, hee-haw. Goat bleated, bleh, bleh, bleh. Cow answered, moo, moo, moo. None of that would do. At last, Granny came to the beach. Turtle was sunning himself on the sand, out of reach of the waves. She sat down beside him and asked, Turtle, did you teach my name? My grandson says it well. Were you the one who made him promise not to tell? Turtle answered, Yes, I taught your grandson to say your name. I thought it was the right thing to do, and now I'll teach it to you too. It's Mapacito Jacalindi Ipai Takarindi. Granny leaped and spun with the news. How did you remember my name from long, long time, so long ago? Asked Granny. Turtle answered, I learn names from the beach, name dances. I remember them well because I take no chances. I swim up and listen, though you don't see me. Then I spell your names with shells at the bottom of the sea. Turtle rose up on his short legs and waddled to the water. With a swish, swoosh, he slapped into the sea. Granny waved as Turtle swam out. He dove and disappeared, and Granny sang, Turtle knows your name. It's Turtle who knows your name. When Granny reached home, her grandson stood at the door with an empty plate. Oh, Mapacito Jacalindi Ipai Takarindi, he said. Now for some sweet potato pie. Ah, Upsilimana Templarado, I know who knows our names. They smiled at each other and called out together, Turtle knows your name. Then they cut slices of sweet potato pie. Thank you, Mapacito Jacalindi Ipai Takarindi, said Upsilimana Templarado. I love your pudding. I love your sweet potato pie. Well, good. You can thank Turtle for dessert. Before her son could finish saying her name, Granny clapped her hand over her grandson's mouth. Listen, promise not to tell anyone else my name, and from now on just call me Granny, and nothing more. Call me Granny the way you did before. Upsilimana Templarado shook his head, and Granny took her hand from his mouth. Granny. And furthermore, said Granny, from now on, I'm going to call you Son. They burst out laughing and finished the pie. I love you, Granny, and I love you, Son. The end.